Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger comic book review. Interrupted midway in Amazing Spider-Man 694. And when last we left our web-slinging superhero, he was saving Aunt May and Jay in their airplane that has been shut down completely due to the fact that Alpha, being a jerk and a moron, a couple of other words I don't wish to say on my program, it's his fault. It's Alpha's fault, basically. So, basically, Spider-Man has to shut down the airplane to power it back up. He has to do that twice because Alpha's not listening to Thor, where Thor's like, dude, chill, let it go. And basically, Spider-Man figures something out on Termitus that might null Alpha's powers or weaken them for a while. You get a moment with, I'm not going to say what happens to J. Jonah Jameson. I've got to somehow get you guys to buy this issue. There's a moment with J. Jonah Jameson that I never thought I'd see in a Spider-Man comic.
Actually?
Yes, he did. And you know what? Now I believe it's the end for Spider-Man in 700, because when J. Jonah Jameson says that, you know it's over for Amazing Spider-Man.
I'm shocked. Like, wow.
You know it's over for Amazing Spider-Man when J. Jonah Jameson says that to Spider-Man. And then what Spider-Man says back to J. Jonah Jameson. He says J. Jonah Jameson's own... Now you know it's over for Spider-Man when he becomes J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my god, are you serious?
So, Spider-Man tricks Alpha. Alpha loses his powers, but he doesn't really, because in the last few panels you see him with his super strength, and he has that like evil, disgusting look on his face, where you hope that he ends up a bad guy just so that he leaves. And the big realization that a villain shows up at the very end of the book, which leads into the next story arc. Read this issue to find out who. The next issue.
Oh, I'm reading the next issue.
And May and Jay Parker end up living back in New York. They're moving back to New York. And that's the briefie. There's a lot of stuff I left out. But I don't like Alpha.
There are lots of things that are going to happen in the next...
I know Alpha's going to be back by issue 700. I just get the itching feeling.
It's like they're gone, but they're not gone for long.
Unless they kill Spider-Man and Alpha becomes a new Spider-Man. But if you guys do that, that is just the lowest of low.
No, then that would just be like... another
Massacre.
Spider-Man.
That's masochist.
Oh, masochist. I want to make it like that.
Of all the story arcs, I would say you guys can definitely skip. The 3-part story arc of Alpha is definitely a skip. You will grow to hate this character in less than 3 issues. He is a pompous, fill in the blank here, and I don't feel bad that he lost his powers. That's just me.
That's your opinion.
That's just my opinion. There are Alpha fans out there, I'm sure.
Oh, but
of
course.
Long and short version of this Journey into Mystery 644. Everything goes wrong for Loki in this issue. It's a main focus on Loki and events that have happened in previous issues of Journey into Mystery that I did not read. But Loki travels back in time thanks to Hela and changes something very important to save Asgard now. And Hela actually says it's going to be up to Loki. Not Hela.
I like that page. The one with the effects over there.
Yeah, it's not Hela that says it, but I forgot who. Is the roster in the front? It is. Not Leah. Gia, or G-A-E-A. Gia actually says it's going to be up to Thor and Loki to save Asgard, and that Volstagg does not step down as king, or standing in king, and it's going to be up to Volstagg to hold the fort until Thor and Loki actually save Asgard. And in the end, Thor does come back, and Hela actually says, I will empty Hell to ensure that it ends as it should. And then Thor's like, well then, let's us go home. To be included in the Mighty Thor number 21 on the 17th of October. So, next week, there won't be... It's amazing! 5 issues in a row. 5 issues in a row. Just to turn out that Thor isn't ending until the 17th of October. There's 5... Is there 5 Wednesdays in October?
I believe...
Are there 5 Wednesdays?
I think there are this month.
Yes, because one Wednesday is October 31st, I believe.
Yeah, and that's Halloween.
Right. So there are 5 Wednesdays, and there are 2 issues left to Mighty Thor. So we're going to wait till the 17th and probably 2 weeks later on the 31st for the conclusion of the Mighty Thor. I I might get the next 2 issues of Journey into Mystery. I won't, but I might. It depends on the week. If the week is a heavy week and I'm saving money, especially for Marvel now, I probably won't get it unless for some reason it involves the death of a character. Just to see. I believe it has something to do with Loki. That's why I might be interested in looking. But let's just put it this way. This might be the last issue you see of Journey into Mystery until Marvel Now, where they redo it. And even then, you might not see it then on this review either. I'm just not a Journey into Mystery fan. It's just... Thor, I think, is enough, to be honest. And not too many people even read Thor. I'm hoping that some people actually take a chance on Thor when Marvel Now happens. Secret Avengers 31. Venom and Ant-Man are the only 2 people that what's the word I'm looking for? Immune, that's the word, to the Abyss. And everybody in the radius of the infection is infected. And it's up to Ant-Man and Venom to keep things quarantined. And Black Widow finds out about what's going on. Black Widow actually acts. So the Abyss actually goes to the people that are possessed by the Abyss go to the airport. Yes.
It looks like Hawkeye and
they're
no
infected.
Eyes. Oh.
The Abyss turns their eyes black. So it's up to Venom and Ant-Man to not allow any aircrafts to take off. And the way this comic is drawn is really nice. I do enjoy the artwork a lot. I love the way they drew Venom on this splash 2 pages. The artwork is really nice in this book. Did I show artwork from Journey into Mystery? Or was I just looking at it?
I think
Let's be safe. Let's be safe. I'll show you guys the last page of Journey into
think
Mystery. I don't think I did either. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I did. You mentioned it, and I didn't bother. But here's a page from Journey into Mystery for those of you who are interested in the artwork on the inside. I try to remember, but sometimes I just... So, one plane ends up taking off, and it's up to Black Widow to stop it. It becomes Black Widow versus the possessed Hawkeye, and it turns out also Venom is coming up against somebody he cares about, and it's going to be a very interesting next issue. And here's why I was saying Journey into Mystery I might grab. It's Mystery Solved. That's why I might be interested in checking it out, because it looks interesting to see, but I don't know. The acclaimed epic reaches its climax. We'll see. We'll see. As I said, money is the key factor here. As long as I have it, and I'm not, I don't have to get other things. Absolutely, positively. But Journey into Mystery is not exactly something that I consider my top read. I wouldn't have even been buying it now if not for Everything Burns. So that says something. But Secret Avengers 31 was really good. I would absolutely say check it out. Rick Remender is doing an awesome job on Secret Avengers. And I'm actually looking forward more to... I wonder if Venom is going to still be on the Secret Avengers if he's working for the Thunderbolts.
Maybe. Because Spider-Man was on one of the teams and he was still...
Maybe. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see him working with the Secret Avengers and Thunderbolts then.
Yeah.
Wolverine and the X-Men number 17. Don't expect to see too much of Wolverine and the X-Men. However, there's a nice amount of Wolverine in this book, just not the X-Men. Everybody's questioning Wolverine. Why? Why did you put Dupe? Why did you, why was it so important to have Dupe as part of the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning? And Wolverine actually goes to extreme lengths with Dupe. Because Dupe keeps saying no. He's like, I'll stick by until you say yes. And then he goes as far as to dress up like Cyclops. And he tells Dupe, if you don't say yes after this, then I'm done. Then I don't care. We don't need you. And Dupe actually does say yes. And it turns out Wolverine hires Dupe. Only him and Dupe know this. To counter any threats to the school before they happen. And basically stop it from happening. It's up to, he has connections with people, he has connections with the underworld, and he's like, I need you to deal with them quickly and effectively and as quietly as possible. So that's all Dupe does. Whenever there's a threat to the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning, like for example these guys called the Nazi Bowlers who want to destroy the Jean Grey School because they hate mutants, Dupe takes care of them. There's a panel in New York, the county board, this county school board, they want to shut down the school, he shows up. There's
Howard
the Duck makes an appearance.
Oh, wow.
Howard the Duck makes an appearance. For those of you Howard the Duck fans, I like Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
he makes an appearance in a different dimension where they're fighting off robots. He shows up there, and he's just all over the place. Sabretooth wants to try to get him to quit the school. He doesn't quit the school. And then it turns out you get Deadpool, Man-Thing, and a few other people that are possibly moving into the Jean Grey school, kind of like a little thingy.
Where is everybody coming from?
My favorite panel was with the nun. I have to show this panel where the nun's actually writing a blog about how bad the school is, and he just shows up with a baseball bat and just smashes her laptop in. That was just funny.
Wow.
That was funny. And Wolverine's like, keep up the good work, and that was it. This was a good, funny story. I mean, alright, if you don't like Duke, don't buy the issue. But I gotta say, it was a funny issue. It was a good issue. It was a breath of fresh air. It's not an AVX tie-in. However, I don't understand how the next book is an AVX tie-in. But it was so good.
He kind of reminds me of Slimer the way he looks, like all green and stuff.
I'm sure he reminds a lot of people of Slimer, but it was good. They explained why Dupe was there. For anybody who was asking from issue 1 like me, I didn't even ask. I was just like, oh, Dupe's there too? It's like, for anybody who was asking why Dupe, what is he doing? What is he doing that's so important? He's just sitting there reading a book. This explains it. It took a year plus to explain it, but it was worth the wait in my opinion.
Sure was.
Astonishing X-Men. There are a lot of X-Men books this week. I believe there's an X-Men book after. Yes, there is. Winter Soldier. Astonishing X-Men 54. I hate this woman. The person who... turns out that the woman that kidnapped... Thank you, God, for an index. Karma is her half-sister. And she basically wants to take over Manipur. So she somehow infests the X-crew that were on the island, saving Karma with the worms. And
that's a nice picture. Right?
And they're being forced to actually take over Manipur. And Gambit comes face to face with Tiger again. And I never thought I'd see this in a million years. Wolverine shows back up on Manipur. For those of you that know Wolverine from back in the day, that's an old costume he wore when he was in Manipur. He actually has a fake eye patch and the tuxedo and everything. I don't know the story arc, don't get me wrong. I know I've seen pictures, I've seen covers with it, but I have no idea. I never read any of those stories, but I always said that looks cool, the outfit and everything, how he's faking
the Punisher,
and how he's faking.
I'm just kidding.
The eye patch. He looked like a pirate, and he looks like a pirate, and so does the Punisher. So shut up.
Oh, I was just giving it a compliment.
And then the ending leaves you like, oh, you know that's not gonna stick, but whoa.
What?
Yeah, you know it's not an ending. So Wolverine's on Manipur trying to find out what's going on with the X-Men. The X-Men are being controlled by Karma's half-sister, whose name completely and utterly skips my mind all the time. But I really do want to know what her name is, though. I'm going to...
Was there an index? Or there isn't?
Oh, hold on.
It'd be like in bold print.
It's not.
What stuff?
Is it in here maybe? Maybe in the description? Hitachi.
Oh, I told you it was on the index.
I hate you.
See, but you see, this is what happens when you never listen to me.
What?
There's my point example there.
Your point example?
I'm tired. Just
yeah, you're
finish.
tired. So, I'm liking Astonishing X-Men. I hope they kill Hitachi. I really hate her guts. And that's enough said for this. Just out of pure curiosity. Oh wow, we've been doing good. So that's Astonishing X-Men for use out there. There's my Brooklyn accent right there. Next, breaking away from X-Men just a wee bit. Winter Soldier issue 11. Hawkeye and Bucky. Nick Koloff is leaving little clues all over the place, but he's always one step ahead of Bucky throughout this entire book. He's one, and Bucky knows that he's just stringing him along. And Black Widow, Nick Koloff wants Black Widow to fall in love with him like she fell in love with Bucky. I hope somehow they regain her memory and she actually sticks with Bucky, but that's of course a fan want. AIM is in this book. You get a lot of action between Bucky and Hawkeye versus some AIM footmen, soldier people, or AIM soldiers, or whatever they're called. And in the end, there's a demand from Nikolov that wants Bucky. Either Bucky will mind wipe himself and be programmed as the Winter Soldier again, or he'll kill Black Widow. He's like, if you ever want to see her again, have your old friend Professor Rodchikoff implant into your head the mission and the ability to kill, or else I'm going to kill her. Next issue guest stars Wolverine. I'm pumped for that. And there's a lot of stuff in between I didn't mention.
So Wolverine's in a lot of comic books.
His own series is ending for a possible relaunch. Please. I'm getting sick of these relaunches. They just put the book back to 300 and something, and it's going to be in this pile. It's about time they leave Wolverine alone with the relaunching. But yeah, he is in a couple of places. He's here, there, and everywhere. But Winter Soldier's really good, guys. I would definitely say to check it out. Artwork is really nice. Also, it's got a dark feel to it, but it's like what Audrey said. It's like your secret agent kind of book, so you enjoy it. The artwork complements the story.
Yes.
Yours. What a really nice cover, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. And that would be X-Men Legacy, issue number 274. Okay.
Okay.
I was really shocked at one thing that happened.
I'm really shocked that you're talking about it.
In this issue. And this is something I thought that I would never ever see in all of X-Men history. Well, first of all, let's just get to the beginning. So.
Oh, that's nice. Show that page.
Yeah,
Show
Magneto from the cover is in the comic, as you can see, and he's here to ask her a very important question, and he asks her on one knee, to marry him. I was like, did I just not see this picture where Magneto is just on one knee, and I'm like, wow. But anyway, he acts like an anti-hero in this book by actually helping out a catastrophe that happens on a train, where there's people that he make it out of there, and this guy, Richard, who is a semi-main character in the book, and they try to help him get out before it explodes, and the pictures are just really awesome. And then there's this picture.
Save that one. Let them buy the book to see it.
Okay, but according to their...
Oh, that's now you could show that picture.
Yeah, according to their...
that's classic Magneto with the head like covered in the mask.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're gonna get married. I don't think, but he wants him to be like a stranger to him. Like to still, like, we can't keep in touch. Like he's just like a stranger to.
No, she said we shouldn't. Ain't saying we need to be strangers. I mean, we don't have to be strangers.
Yeah, that we can't keep in touch.
No, we should. We can keep in touch. Yeah.
Yeah. So so Ro goes to Dale and tells him about Richard of a message, and that is to be continued in the final issue of X-Men Legacy.
And I like that splash page.
And yeah.
But I don't like Cyclops on it.
No, just that one bothers me, and Emma Frost.
And I was going to say Emma Frost.
But yeah, I mean, this book was like really good. I mean, I knew they were going to relaunch X-Men Legacy, but really shocking to see Magneto act like an anti-hero, and with Rogue and that together was just...
I'm telling you now, you're going to be upset when the new X-Men Legacy starts. You might not even keep it.
Let's just wait till that time comes, and I'll make that decision.
Yes, sir. We're at 8, right?
Yep.
Speaking of the title that's going to be canceled, right after going back to issue 300 is Wolverine 313. The ending to Sabretooth Reborn. It's Wolverine versus Romulus versus Sabretooth with the help of Cloak, Dagger, and Remus, which is Romulus's sister. I was about to say daughter. The artwork is sweet. Sweet artwork. And Romulus, there's a flashback to when Romulus was and Wolverine and Sabretooth started X-Force, And it turns out you find out that Remus's sword was Wolverine's old sword that he gave her. And in the end, basically, we all figured this. Sabretooth escapes, thus why he was in the other issues of Wolverine, as well as Wolverine and the X-Men and X-Force. He escapes. Romulus is not killed. I'll spoil that much. He's actually imprisoned on the raft. And basically Wolverine gets a bit of a happy ending, so to speak. That's a really nice drawn page. Wolverine gets his happy ending.
Good, you can show that.
It was a nice...
I can't show it.
It doesn't say anything about what happened in the middle of the issue, though.
Yeah.
More splash pages, really nice artwork. The whole book is just one humongous fight, and it's really awesome. And I would definitely say to check out Wolverine, except he's going to just get relaunched in like 3 months. So, or maybe, we don't even know. They didn't announce like a definite yes to Wolverine getting a #1 again. So it could just be ending, period.
That would be just...
That would suck, because I really do enjoy reading Wolverine. But I really love the artwork in this. I would absolutely recommend checking out Sabretooth Reborn. It was a really good story arc. We have 3 books left, and we have 6 minutes left.
So
let's be safe and go into another part, so this way I don't run towards the end.
Why don't you review that comic, and then we'll go on the next.
Okay, we want to review one more? We'll review one more. He is still technically like the cameraman. Invincible Iron Man 625. 2 more issues to go before the relaunch of Invincible Iron Man to Iron Man. It's just changing to Iron Man. I like how they actually changed the colors on the Iron Man as the name went on. So I guess the next part I'll have a book from you and a book from me.
Yep.
So it's Iron Man versus Mandarin. Pepper knows that Rodney's alive, and he has a meeting. She sets up a meeting on a boat because she now knows where Tony is. Tony is teaming up with... I love how they call themselves the Three Amigos here. But they go after Mandarin's stock of Stain.
Master Chief from Halo.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? They go after the Stark Tech and Stain Tech, and Tony Stark sends them to destroy it. Iron Man and Ezekiel Stain go after the drill and to shut down all of Mandarin's robots. Pictures are awesome. It's good to see Tony Stark back in a freaking mecha suit finally. It's been so long. And it turns out from the past story arcs, and this is why Iron Man is not jump-on friendly. People he met from story arcs back, known as the Dynasty and the Triumphant Division, make a reappearance here. And they're like, Tony Stark was there when we needed him, so we will be there now for him. So I read the story arc with the Dynasty. I believe I also read the story arc with the Triumph Division, but I know I read the Dynasty story arc. If you didn't read it, you'd not know who these people are and why they're saying they owe Tony Stark. You'd be like, okay, why? And you'd have to go all the way back to figure out how they owe Tony Stark anything. So, in the end, Mandarin, actually, his true plan kind of comes to fruition, and it's up to Iron Man to stop him to be continued. Really good story. I love it. If you can go back and omnibus Invincible Iron Man, don't worry, it's not 525 issues. They renumbered it, I believe, at issue 500. It's 25 plus another, I believe, 25, maybe more. I have the first omnibus for the first 3 or 4 story arcs, and those don't even matter. It's after the Siege of Asgard that things changed for Iron Man. Or was it after Fear Itself?
No, I think it was after Iron Man, wasn't it?
It was either after Fear Itself or the Siege of Asgard. Either way, it was right after one of those 2 major events that the story arc just connected all the way through until now.
I think it was the Siege of Asgard, because I don't think it was Fear Itself.
I think it was Fear Itself, because Fear Itself is where Tony Stark merged his... He started drinking again, and that's what led into the future problems.
I think it was the other way around.
I think it started during Fear Itself, and it ran its way all the way through till Siege, and Siege happened before Fear Itself. I think it started at Siege, worked its way into Fear Itself, and then now it didn't even impact him in Avengers vs. X-Men. Now it's just the last story arc. And I love the artwork in Iron Man. The way they drew several panels are just, I showed this page already, are just spectacular. I love the makeshift Iron Man suit. I like the mecha suit a lot, even though he's not going to keep it for more than 2 more parts. I can't wait to see how he's going to take out Mandarin.
Yeah.
And we find out what that drill was used for, that Mandarin was using, and that's what leads into the next issue. Highly recommend Iron Man. I just can't recommend the individual issues. I'd have to say go back and trade paperback a lot of Iron Man. It's a really good story though, like 5 out of 5 stars. The artwork as well as the story is just amazing. And with that, I brought us down to 2 minutes anyway. So guys, come back for the last part where he's going to start it off with a book and I'm going to end it with a book. Sorry guys for the extra part this week, but yeah, we need the time to end it the right way instead of speeding it up. So see you guys in the next part. Please stick around.